beaten Tsitsipas.
Drives the backhand hard in the direction of Tsitsipas, challenges him to control the racket face there.
Game. Tsitsipas.
Never lacked good vision.
The good news is Tsitsipas is not one of those returners that really kind of attacks the second serve. So Murray doesn't have to feel so much pressure if he doesn't have a high first serve percentage.
Fifteen, 40. The
start of the match is always so important. Very difficult afternoon for Tsitsipas.
And it goes the way of the former world #1. Just look at his reaction.
People try to count great champions out, and you can see Andy Murray is looking to prove a lot of people wrong, showing some nice variety, driving the ball better off the backhand side, but ultimately going to the slice and trusting that moving forward, putting the pressure on Tsitsipas to come up with the passing shot. And we got another wild mishit on the passing shot attempt from Tsitsipas.
That's brilliant. And Murray building on this impressive start.
Andy Murray says, look at the coverage here from Murray, and then look at the finish. This is why you put in the hard yards. This is why you get the extra surgery when you're a great champion.
What was all happening at that time? Absolutely flying out here in this opening set.
The only shot he could play coming up to this drop shot was shovel it back deep, but most importantly, get it to the backhand of Tsitsipas. He's not as proficient off that wing as he is on the forehand. As we mentioned, Murray is very good at the net. Just get the sense that there's a growing belief on the other side of the net, whereas Tsitsipas, there's a little doubt.
Actually didn't look like the slice did him any favors, did it off the let call, but
that's a tragic miss, really. At this level, inside the service line, you don't see too many professionals miss an overhead like that.
Some good practice on this court yesterday while I was here in the afternoon. He was actually working pretty hard with Richard Gasquet yesterday afternoon, was Andy. It's arguably the best point Tsitsipas has played in the opening 40 minutes out here, and one that'll give him some encouragement.
30-all.
A nice job here from Tsitsipas finishing at the net. Good technique on that backhand volley.
a quality 1-2 punch. And again, it's all about taking time away from the Greek. Brilliant. Incredible movement from Tsitsipas.
Deuce.
If you had any questions about the athleticism of Tsitsipas, I hope they've all been answered after watching that point. Brilliant shot.
He still had a bit of work to do, didn't he, as well? Look how well he weighted that. Quite stunning. A half volley of the very highest order from Andy Murray.
Brilliant tennis. He's shown off some tremendous skill in the forecourt. Maybe none more than that pickup. And how about the reaction?
Game.
One of the best sets in a long
6
time
games to
from
2.
Andy Murray, whose desire is very much still there.
I'd agree with you 100%. I mean, we've all been watching Murray over the summer and over the last 2 years.
40
And I
left.
have to say it's probably the best set of tennis he's played.
Game. Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas leads
And the
2 games to 1
23-year-old
second
Greek.
set. First set.
Terrific shot there. Sometimes from him where you're able to step in. Since Tsitsipas has that two-handed back, I'm sorry, the one-handed backhand, because it's a hard slice second, he's not able to run. One of the few times that we've seen Tsitsipas run around the second and get that forehand. And you can see the difference. And be offensive and move forward.
Oh, it's a good change-up.
And this was a difficult shot. This ball's up shoulder height, and he's able to change the direction, full extension. Terrific shot up the line.
Oh, a bit of fortune. And the Greek has got himself a couple of break points.
Thirty, 40.
There's a brilliant forehand.
Tsitsipas, but if you're Murray, you're okay with this. This is a low percentage shot from the center of the court, redirecting up the line. You force your opponent to come up with something.
Really has got into that side, the analytics side that is creeping into tennis more and more, it seems. Not for everyone though, Mark, is it? Some players more instinctive. They kind of feel like it should be more instinctive. It's a perfect 12 for 12 on serve in set number 2. Here's the world number 3.
3 games to 2, second set, first
just
set, Murray.
Building a little bit of momentum here. Hasn't been done since 1969.
You know, and assessing Novak's chances, looking at this court speed. Murray would have been able to get 2 hands on it. Instead, he had to go to 1 because it was up in the court.
And it's more of the same. You do sense that Murray is feeling it physically somewhat.
That's a terrific play there from Andy Murray.
Height, but it didn't have depth, crucially. And Tsitsipas hangs on.
6 games
We're
to
heading
5,
for the
second set.
breakup. Threw a fair bit at him. A couple of changes of pace, but Tsitsipas was able to survive.
At the end of this rally, you can see the value of the slice. That shot right there, low to the back inside, forces Murray to go to the slice, which then allows Tsitsipas to get in position for a forehand.
This time Tsitsipas was onto it.
The right play here from Murray.
1-0.
A little short on execution with that volley right there. Maybe if he had a little bit more belief to punch it deep cross court. Tried to go short, but the movement of Tsitsipas is quite spectacular.
That's an excellent finish, but again, you have to question the quality of the return. It's the perfect lob.
Yeah, this is vintage Andy Murray. He can do pretty much whatever he wants with this backhand. Look how he controls that with the left hand.
Incredible stuff.
It's the second time he's gone to that type of volley, trying to drop it short behind Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas almost got caught there.
5-4, Murray.
Murray hadn't slipped. He would have liked his chances to be in position there for that backhand volley.
the heat and the everything else that's going on inside there. Absolutely brilliant from Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Perfect spacing on the overhead is not easy, and he handled this like a champ. First one there, and then still had to regroup, moving backwards.
What an opportunity.
Game,
The
second
world
set,
number
Tsitsipas
3 rebounds in style.
to 6 once and all.
A tremendous effort from Stefanos Tsitsipas, who squares things. It would seem as though he doesn't have a spare pair of shoes. Only chance to break. And he's done just that. He was given a helping hand.
The big three. The future's very bright for the game. So many terrific stars. You know, in my estimation, it's not going out on a list.
That's a good hit. Forehand winners have been at a premium for him.
It just highlights the beauty of tennis. You know, I continue to be a proponent of no on-court coaching, just for that very reason. That's a beautiful serve there from Murray.
Having tried to get the message one senses to get the shoes down here. Very well played. More purpose, more intent from the world number 3. Well, you asked for him to run around it, Nosey. He did. Just didn't have the follow-up. Superb from the Greek.
A little bit more, and just a very intelligent shot here from the Greek star, realizing that Murray was so deep in the court. Nice change of pace there with the drop shot.
Saw that quite a bit over the course of the clay court swing, didn't we?
That's a big first serve there, but most importantly,
well as he served on the break points. better in the
minutes.
second run at Wimbledon, was just shy of 4 hours. So, yes, of course, on a grass court, it's going to be perhaps a little shorter. From Andy Murray, who remains unbroken out here.
He has been terrific out here today. Body felt good. It was just a matter of getting his game to the level that he wanted to. So the fact that he's back in a surrounding that he truly enjoys, and the pressure is off.
In terms of how far Murray has come from the middle of May to where he is right now. I mean, Jamie back then was pretty low, I can tell you. From Andy Murray. Skills here in the position. Knew exactly where Tsitsipas was. You can see the little change up. His movement off the ball as well.
And that's just adding that little bit of variety. I've always felt that Murray had the skills to do more of this. Come forward, use a little drop shot. But as we've talked about so often today, it's hard to change a champion's mentality. But he's going to have to do that moving forward, pick his moments. And this is one of those moments. Back on the grand stage against the world number 3. I've actually been a little bit surprised at the reaction of Tsitsipas in this third set. Murray's basically been the emotional leader throughout from the start, pumping himself up. And he probably expected he would have really elevated not just his game, but his emotions. He's been fairly subdued.
Get there with these.
You know, I think it's always a chess game, right? When you're talking about the changing of the guard, viewed as the next generation, and he refutes that. He said, "I'm here now. I'm here to win majors." But still, there's some respect to the old guard, which is.
Stunning finish.
Honestly, that's what Tsitsipas deserves.
The former champion here in New York continues to defy the odds.
Murray leads 2-1.
Andy Murray has the 3 seed on the ropes. But I think the one thing this match probably has told us.
Yeah, that's what's incredible. As great a career as he's had, we mentioned 48 match wins this year alone on tour.
Tsitsipas pulling up out of the chase as well.
Left.
That is a little concerning. Tsitsipas here.
(40-15).
Found some space and exploited it.
He's got Murray on a string, moving him side to side, but also pushing him further back in the court, and then mixes in a nice drop shot there off the forehand side.
Well, it's taken 3 hours and 16 minutes.
Tsitsipas leads 2 games to love.
Tsitsipas has finally broken, but again, Mark.
Pulled up a little bit there. Nice backhand return. Got good depth on it. Let's see if we can see anything here. Yeah, you can see he just pulls up a little bit there. So something to keep an eye on. It really highlights how unfortunate it is that Murray drops.
Tsitsipas shrugging off the injury.
Murray leads by 2-1.
The world number 3.
Game Tsitsipas.
It is back-to-back breaks
New balls,
of
please.
the Murray serve.
Nice passing shot there from Tsitsipas, but he continues to come from Tsitsipas. So if you're Murray, you've got to be aware of that. Maybe use these last 2 games to dictate play. Don't do much running yourself, but try to run your opponent.
Blistering stuff.
Absolutely unloads on this backhand. Great shoulder rotation, contact out in front, and beautiful.
It is that awaits the winner of this one. Scrambling his way back in this set as well.
15-14.
Delivers a telling blow.
To 2, fourth set.
Oh, this was vintage Andy Murray. Great two-handed backhand, normally in the center of the racket. But this shot right here, that's one of those you want to keep replaying on your TV screen at home.
Yeah, just incredible balance, isn't it, on the move?
Great shoulder rotation. Look at the concentration, the eyes on the ball. It's just the outside of that ball and stays through it. Strength of the legs. Everything. Pure perfection there from Andy Murray.
Is a stunning shot.
That was a beauty there from Tsitsipas.
13-14.
On a few occasions, he's been able to handle the pace.
Good digs, but again it was the quality of the first volley from Murray.
Yeah, it was an excellent backhand volley. This one here lunging a little bit, but he punches it deep, then gets in position for the next one, then drops it short.
Single-handed drive volley was not an easy shot to it. Get ready for a fifth and final set here on Arthur Ashe. The world number 3 survives. Well, it was
first game, final set.
High quality return. It's more of the same.
40-15. Game, Tsitsipas.
It was clearly a tactic, but not much I could have done about it.
can do about this is to try and raise his. Andy Murray may feel he's been a little hard done to out here,
2-1 final set.
but his campaign is up and running here in the fifth. Tsitsipas lead. Oh, that is so cool. Tsitsipas, simply outstanding.
Murray did an excellent job here of scrambling, got this slice back so low, but look how nicely measured that forehand was from Tsitsipas, and the first real reaction we've had from the Greek star.
Game, Tsitsipas.
Tsitsipas
leads 4 games to 2 final set. Not up.
Tried to tease him in, didn't he? This time the approach was an ambitious one.
Just not enough with the backhand volley either. Just got almost undecided here if he was going to drop it way too deep there. Tough. I think the drop volley was the right play. It was just poor execution. Allowed Tsitsipas plenty of time to get up to it.
Game, Murray.
The 34-year-old former world #1. He's going to give himself one last chance.
15 left. Game, set, match, Tsitsipas.
It's a stunning victory for the world
Three sets to
number
2
3.
to 6, 7-6,
Here in
3-6,
New York.
6-3, 6-4.
Not the warmest handshake you're likely to see, but it's Tsitsipas that outlasts Andy Murray here in 5 long sets.